Alright, what's up guys? NinjaDeathStrike here, bringing you another series of Pokemon Showdown matches. Not too surprisingly, we're back in OU. As I mentioned on my Facebook, I have a ton of OU battles backed up, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be up here at the top for the first match, and it looks like we're going to be up against a Sun team, so Sun team's a little bit easier to deal with than Rain teams, but still very, very dangerous. Mostly because of this guy, Venusaur, and this guy, Volcarona. They're both super threatening, and they can sweep you in a heartbeat if you make one wrong move. So need to be very careful around them, and just try and keep the sand up if I can. So with that in mind, I'm going to lead with Tyranitar. I know that I'm slower, so that if he does lead with Ninetales, we get Sand instead of Sun, and then he doesn't switch out, and I just straight up kill him with a Stone Edge. So, Weather War over on turn 1, and I guess he didn't think I had it. Some Tyranitar don't carry a Rock move, but I do really like Stone Edge, even though I had to give up Ice Beam. I'm happy with the trade-off, so I'm going to nail Venusaur with a Fire Blast as he tries to Giga Drain me in the sand. Not going to do a whole lot. I make a very risky play here and stay in and Stone Edge the Arcanine. If he had had close combat, I would have been done. Wouldn't have gotten my rocks up. So yeah, that was probably not the best move, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and he predicts a switch, so I get to kill him. Venusaur is going to take me out, but that's fine. Tyranitar got rocks up and did a ton of damage to stuff. Unfortunately, Light Bright the Starmie gonna fail to kill that Venusaur. I should have seen that coming. Venusaur is super bulky on the special side, so especially without the Life Orb, since I don't like running Life Orb and Sand on Starmie, just wasn't enough, and it cost me the Starmie. However, Alibaba is gonna come in, just run some train on these guys, take out the Venusaur no problem, take out the Dragonite thanks to the Stealth Rocks. However, Fortress is going to get a chance to spin them away here, which is a little problematic because it lets Volcarona get in without taking half damage, and I opt to stay in and go for a Toxic instead of immediately switching out to Terrakion, which is definitely what I should have done. It does work out here because it turns out he doesn't have HP Ground. That is the problem with Volcarona. They have 4-move syndrome, so there's always a counter, but until you know what that counter is, it's very dangerous. Luckily, again, I make the right call. He doesn't have HP Ground, which means Meltdown. The Heatran just walls him to hell and back. So there we go. That is the first match. He's just going to concede as soon as I get the Toxic to stick, and pretty quick match. This one, on the other hand, not so quick, pretty drawn out, but it's a really good one. I'm going to be down here on the bottom this time, and up at the top there, my opponent is using a Rain team with a Moltres, who you don't see in OU very often. However, that thing is going to give me fits in this match. Just goes to show, if you can find a nice niche for lower tier Pokemon, they really can shine in OU, and that is definitely going to be the case here, as we'll see. So I do get the sand up first. However, he leads with his Landorus Theron, which means I have to switch out, which makes a perfect pivot into his Politoed, puts up the Sun, gets a Toxic as I come back in. But at least I get my Stealth Rocks up as I force him to switch out again. So as you guys probably know, I've mentioned it several times, this team does not enjoy dealing with Landorus Theron. He's kind of a pain in the butt, especially when I don't know what he's doing. So rather than go right back into Tyranitar here, I'm going to go into Light Bright the Starmie. I actually have plenty of ways to deal with Politoed on this team, so I didn't really want Tyranitar taking more damage, and then I make a nice prediction, or he makes a bad one, switches into Landorus expecting the Thunderbolt, and instead eats a Rain-boosted Hydro Pump to the face. That's great for me. Starmie is not minding the rain at all. Miley Cyrus, the Tentacruel, is going to come in here, and I've got Thunderbolts for him. He is going to be able to Rapid Spin away my rocks, which is kind of annoying. I want them up because Moltres, and I do try and Rapid Spin away the spikes here, but he's just Protect stalling me with the Rain Dish. He can't stall forever, though, so I'm finally going to get a Rapid Spin off.
get a crit on the Ferrothorn because that mattered, and then go for an Ice Beam. Just kind of want to see what he does. I probably sort of switched there, but I predicted him to actually put spikes up. So now that he's Leech Seeded me, I'm definitely predicting the spikes. But he actually shows me that he has Curse, so he's a Curse Ferrothorn apparently, and that means I do not want to stay in, as he's going to take the time to boost up again, getting a little bit greedy, and let's Meltdown get in for free. I go for the Flamethrower here just because I want to kill that thing. If he's going to be dumb enough to leave it in, I want it dead. He does go into Politoed though, which gives him the rain, but it allows me a free switch into Tink the Celebi. Just going to U-turn out, get some momentum going back in my favor, and now I am going to predict him to switch, so I'm going to set up a sub here, which is great. It'll let me get a Toxic on this Moltres, and nope it won't. Of course, I missed. He shows me the hidden power, and the only reason he'd go for it there was if it was ground, so yeah, can't stay in, missed the Toxic, really, really, really unfortunate. Definitely had an impact on this game, just because you'll see how many free switches Moltres gets, and all that residual damage would have really added up nicely. So Ferrothorn's back in here. It's being annoying, as Ferrothorn is. That's a weird set. He's got Curse and Leech Seed, and I guess Gyro Ball and Grass Move, Power Whip. But yeah, there's Moltres, gets him for free, U-turns out, lets him get rocks up. I go for the Stone Edge just in case. It'd be nice to kill it. Probably should have put my rocks back up right there, though. I had a free turn to do it, and I didn't. Definitely would have been worth it. But hey, look at that. Moltres is back. U-turns again. Does a ton of damage to Tink. But I am slower, so my U-turn is actually going to switch last, giving me the switch initiative. Go into Alibaba. Oh, look. It's Moltres again. So that's 3 turns it's been in for free. No Stealth Rocks, no Toxic, and here I just have to go into Bad Horse to eat something. I figured he wouldn't go for Hidden Power Ground there, but Hurricane hurts a lot, especially because it's in the rain, not in the sand, so I don't get the special defense bonus, and it's 100% accurate. I failed to kill the Ferrothorn on 1%. That's not annoying at all. Not sure if I got min-max there or what, but I feel like I should have killed that thing. And now I realize it's Scarfed. I should have realized it earlier, but I lose Starmie because I wasn't paying attention. At least get to go into Jabberwocky, put the sand up. That's going to reduce Hurricane's accuracy to 50%. I know that he's not going to want to stay in, so I take the opportunity to double switch into Bad Horse, who is going to take down Ferrothorn, but he's going to die because he didn't take him down the first attack like he should have, so now he has to die to Iron Barbs. Magnezone comes in, and I just take a turn to get my Stealth Rocks up. I guess, well, they are really important, especially at this point when I'm super, super pissed at Moltres. So yeah, that was worth it. I want to make sure Moltres can't switch in with impunity anymore. It'll also force him to bring in Tentacruel, who I can handle because Meltdown does have Earth Power. So that's nice. Here we force the switch into Moltres. It takes a bunch of damage from Stealth Rocks, and then some little damage from Flamethrower. Predict the HP ground nicely, get into Alibaba, and kill it with the sand. So, Politoed comes back in. I am not sure how much an Earth Power was going to do, so I wanted to stay in and see, just to kind of get a damage ratio so I'd know, and it looks like it's a little over 50%, not quite 65. So I lose my Landorus, but I'm feeling pretty confident. I know that I can go into Jabberwocky here, get the sand up, and then here, key play, Pursuit the Politoed, as I know that he will want to switch it out. He did have enough health to survive a Stealth Rocks, so I surprise him with the Pursuit, which I had not revealed the whole game, win the Weather War. Not that it really matters at this point. It is going to... actually, it does matter. In this last play, we'll see. Yeah. But then I just sacked Tyranitar. He's been an absolute boss. Got his job done. Take out the Magnezone with Meltdown. And now, because the rain is not up, I survive a Scald comfortably. Take down the Tentacruel with an Earth Power. So that was a hell of a match. Freaking Moltres, man. Who knew? But that's going to do it for today. A thumbs up if you guys liked the video. Feel free to leave comments. Check out the links in the description, and I will have more coming your way shortly. Thanks for watching, guys.